Welcome to the Guttering Trashes, episode 242. They Might Be Giants. My name is Eric.
I'm Jason.
Howdy.
Howdy, buddy. They might be giants.
They might be giants.
We don't know.
No, we don't.
Nobody knows for sure.
Nope. Maybe they aren't.
Right. It's possible.
But they might be.
They might be.
This show is terrible.
It might be.
No, it is a fact.
That is,
it is a fact.
That is the one thing we know.
We have started off horribly
Mm-hmm.
here in episode 242.
Yes.
And I'm not sure that there's a way to save this.
Oh, let's talk about the movie.
Okay.
They Might Be Giants.
You first.
George C. Scott.
George C. Scott.
Joanne Woodward.
Yep.
Is that her name?
Joanna Woodward, maybe.
Hmm.
Rue McClanahan.
M. Emmett Walsh was in the credits, but I did not recognize him in the movie.
Oh, I did.
Was he a cop?
No, he was one of the janitor garbage men guys.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The cop was recognizable too, but I couldn't remember his name.
The big guy in there.
Yeah. Who else? F. Murray Abraham was also included. And, of course, Al Grandpa Munster Lewis.
Right. Yeah, that one was hard to mistake. There was like three that guys in this movie. There was like, like at the theater, like the usher. I don't know. But yeah, a bunch of cool little bit part actors in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might be giants.
They might be giants.
Yeah. So, it's basically a Sherlock Holmes story.
Sorta. Yeah. It's also mostly about crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm stalling because I still haven't figured out how I feel about this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Should I tell you what I think?
I would love to hear what you think.
I thought it was awesome.
All right.
Like, I did not expect to think it was awesome. And then we started watching it, and I still didn't expect to think it was awesome. But like 5 minutes, 10 minutes into it, I was like, this movie seems awesome. And from there on, there wasn't one moment where I second guessed my first impression. My second impression.
Right, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it was super fun. So what part's tripping you up? All of it, yeah. Yeah.
By no means, though, do I think this is a bad movie.
Yeah.
I just don't know how I feel about this movie.
Oh, okay. Like if you feel happy or...
Felt moments of joy while watching this.
This is funny. Had some funny
I
parts.
had some very funny moments. Had some very quirky moments.
Oh, yeah.
Had some really good, feel-good moments. And then it had some really, 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 really dark moments.
Yeah.
That make me feel bad.
Oh. But that's pretty well-rounded, right? That's the human experience
True,
there.
very true.
And somehow...
I guess for normal people,
Right.
I mostly only feel the low parts.
But I mean, like, all the things that you just mentioned, and somehow this movie was only an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and it was G-rated.
Yes, it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. By the way, have I sworn yet?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm trying not to.
Okay.
We're doing that again.
Yeah. Every other episode.
Well, I'm practicing.
Okay. Oh. That's right. That's right.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Man, yeah, wow. I really enjoyed this movie.
I liked it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I liked it.
It reminded me of the Fisher King, sort of.
It definitely has a Fisher King vibe. I can definitely see, like, I think I even thought about Terry Gilliam while watching this movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of scenes that have nothing to do with, because clearly this came, 2 decades before Fisher King, probably.
Uh-huh. But still contemporaries of Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Full-blown into Monty Python.
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And, but yeah, I mean, there's elements of the main storyline where, one guy thinks he's, maybe somebody else
Right.
famous. And, so that sort of, parallels Fisher King, but there's also just, some...
Don Quixote.
yeah, exactly. They even mentioned Don Quixote.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes. That is sort of where the title of this movie comes from.
Really?
Yes.
From a Don Quixote thing?
Sort of. Don Quixote battled windmills because they might be giants.
Oh, they might be giants. Okay. Yeah.
I read that 5 minutes before we
okay.
did this.
I didn't...
Do not mistake this for intelligence.
I didn't catch that, but at the beginning of the film, there's a quote about Don Quixote battling windmills.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that they might be giants, but yeah, wow, yes, really good, really good.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
You
You want to talk about the story, and then maybe you'll
yeah.
feel your way through it.
I guess so. I apologize to everyone.
No one's listening.
I
It's
know.
late at night. Everybody's in bed. We should be in bed,
We definitely should be in bed.
but
Because one of us has to get up early.
yeah, that's right.
Alright, so basically this movie is about a man, a very distinguished man, a lawyer and a judge, who, shortly after the death of his wife, basically lost his mind and totally lost himself in the role of Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
He believes he is Sherlock Holmes through and through, even though he has no memories of his life as
Right.
Sherlock Holmes other than what he might have read from the...
novels.
Right.
And he does a pretty bang up job.
Yeah, he does.
Not just the snappy dress, but because he looks like Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
He's got the hat, he's got the jacket, he's got the pipe.
Yep.
But he
The
also
magnifying glass.
the magnifying glass. But he also is a pretty good detective.
He is. He has all the deductive reasoning that Holmes has.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to find details in people and tell them basically about their own lives, that stuff that he would have no knowledge of knowing,
Right.
much like a Sherlock Holmes does.
That's right. But I think where it really, it kind of comes together when he meets his Watson.
Yeah.
Because the movie's, we're kind of dropped into the movie where he's already been, Sherlock Holmes for a while. It's not like we witness all this happen.
Right.
And they've tried various things to kind of help him. But one of the things that they try, which is at the beginning of this movie, is they hire a, psychologist lady.
Psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. I don't.
Right. I don't know if psychiatrists dispense medicine, psychologists don't, but I don't know if she ever, I don't think she ever had
therapist.
Right. Therapist, yeah.
Yeah.
But she happens to be
An anal rapist.
an anal rapist, that's right. But yeah, she happens to be Dr. Watson.
Yeah. That's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Mildred Watson.
Mm-hmm. Not played by Lucilla.
Huh?
Not played by Lucilla.
Nope. I have seen an episode of that, and it's not good.
Right.
Yeah. As you would expect.
Right.
Yeah. Elementary is the name of that show. Avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
It's on CBS.
It's no Teen Wolf.
It is no Teen Wolf.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Hey, you said one of those words.
Yeah, I did. Okay. You deserved it.
But yeah, no, yeah. So he meets his Watson, and then like he kind of like I don't know if he changes a little because we didn't really see him too much before Watson, but he
there's a change, I think. From what is established in like the first 10 minutes of this movie.
He seems to perk up a lot.
Yeah. But I think the real story, though, is the effect that he has on her.
Right.
In which she basically, over the course of the film, becomes just as crazy as he is.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, cause yeah, I mean, she's trying to like, lure him out of his psychosis or whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of like in a lot of Terry Gilliam movies, like even 12 Monkeys, where the doctor ends up kind of going a little crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a Terry Gilliam influence kind of thing.
I think it might be, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It might be. Huh.
It's also got the, Terry Gilliam has for a while now been trying to make a Don Quixote movie and failing at every turn.
Yeah.
So clearly that story obviously is an influence on him as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure, any variation of it is something that he is looking to tackle. Wow, now that I think of it, there's a lot of movies, of his movies, that have similar sort of themes
right.
and stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Like even things like Tideland and...
Right.
Yeah, wow, alright. God bless Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
I want to give that man a hug.
Oh, I know, right? Like, not only does his work deserve wider attention, but just the amount of work he's put into stuff that have just not really done that well or not even been able to finish. It's like, man, that guy deserves a break.
Seriously, he does.
He needs to win a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, he does. Anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he did not make this movie.
No.
An actor or a director whose name I cannot remember.
James Goldman?
That was the writer.
Oh, was the writer?
Based on a play that he wrote as well.
Okay.
Anthony Harvey, I believe is the director's name. We looked him up on IMDb. He doesn't have a ton of recognizable credits anyway.
Right. He did like a dozen movies, but I'd never heard of him.
Yeah. But apparently for a while he was Stanley Kubrick's editor.
Yeah?
As he edited quite a few of his films.
Did he do, what was the George C. Scott movie, the Dr. Strangelove?
He did do Dr. Strangelove.
Okay, yep. Cool. Wonder if that's where he met old Mr. Scott.
Perhaps. Might be.
Oh, there it is again.
Yeah. Oh, we're idiots.
I love George C. Scott.
He is great in this movie.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, he was great in Dr. Strangelove, too.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, great in a totally different way. Yeah, he's awesome.
He is very good.
He's trying to find his Moriarty.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the bulk of the movie.
Yeah, he is constantly after clues and he's chasing down his arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm. As we all do, day by day.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that there is no Moriarty.
Right.
I mean, as the viewer, like it's just something but I think, and this is definitely where the movie starts, for me, leaning towards awesome, is that you join in with the rest of the wacky crew that he winds up assembling,
right.
And you desperately want there to be a Moriarty.
Yeah.
And you want him to find him and defeat him and be Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he develops, because he helps a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they kind of...
just people like him.
Yeah, he's very affable, and they kind of become his...
Posse.
Yeah, his, fan club posse.
I know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that dirty word.
Posse. Oh,
That's two.
I kind of thought that, I forget the dude, the bald dude in the limo with the gun. I thought he was gonna sort of be the Moriarty.
Right, I thought
he,
so as well.
I thought he was gonna take that role because he's like kind of a bad guy and he's
Yeah.
after Holmes.
Right,
So I thought maybe he would just like kind of project the identity of Moriarty onto that guy.
right.
I can't remember the character's name, but
I don't know that he had a name even.
oh, did he not? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes me feel better.
Yeah, I think that may have been F. Murray Abraham, though.
Oh, really?
That actor.
Hmm.
Yeah. Obviously, before whatever happened to his face happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, I kind of thought they might do that, but I was also kind of hoping that they wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And they didn't,
Yeah, obviously, did
which was
not.
awesome.
Yeah. Because there is a sort of subplot going on, in that it deals with Holmes's brother, or at least
His previous identity's brother,
right, yeah,
Justin something or other.
Justin Fairbanks or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
it does not matter.
No,
Yeah.
He's Holmes.
Right, yeah. But before he was crazy, he had a family and a brother. And the movie opens with his brother being blackmailed. And, just in Holmes's way of just, searching for his Moriarty and, just blowing off, everything around him.
Everything that relates to Justin.
Right, yeah.
Right.
He just winds up getting entangled with, this guy.
Right.
Because, also his brother is trying to get him committed to a mental hospital in order to, because he is very wealthy. And so if he commits his brother to the mental hospital, he'll be able to take control of the estate and he'll be able to pay off the blackmailers.
Right. All right.
But I'm guessing these people were the blackmailers.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
And they have basically decided that, one way or the other, if the brother can get him successfully committed, then, he'll be able to get paid that way. And if not, then he is
They
just going to kill him.
They can kill him and they'll still get their money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so bad guys.
Bad guys, sure. All around.
So there is a villain in the movie. There's,
Yeah, multiple villains.
and he is chasing Holmes.
Yeah,
And Holmes just doesn't even really seem to,
right,
I mean, they run into each other once, but they don't really.
right.
He doesn't see him as his nemesis or whatever. And every time he does get some sort of, anonymous attack from this dude, he thinks it's Moriarty.
Right.
So yeah, it's man, I loved it. That was great. That was great. I'm surprised you're not on the same. I figured like when this is over, it's like, wow, we both thought this was great.
I do not dislike this movie at all.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just sort of like just feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Like it's a very good movie.
Mhm.
I will give you that, and I think people should watch it.
Hells yeah.
Because again, again, it's very good, and it's an hour and a half. It's rated G.
I know. I've seen obviously a lot of G movies. This might be my favorite G movie now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking about G movies, G-rated movies the other day,
Yeah.
and that, like this one, like today, when we think of rated G movies, we think of, Disney cartoons
Right.
or worse.
yeah.
Just something super dumbed down and for kids and just,
Squeaky clean and sugary sweet.
yeah, or just, just churned through a machine, It's
Right,
like, let's
right.
put these stock characters in this stock situation and let's click that CG button and here we go. There's
Yeah.
a cartoon and for kids.
Is that how easy it is?
That's pretty much how easy
Huh.
it is. Yeah. But, I mean, like this movie is decidedly not for kids.
I mean, there's hippies grooving in a theater.
There are screaming in a theater. Very true. Dirty.
Dirty hippies.
But I mean, yeah, like, there's no kid that would watch this and like it.
I don't know. Like Sherlock Holmes has a funny outfit.
Okay, smart kids would like this.
Right.
But there's like no G-rated movies that are like for adults.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I swear.
Like I think isn't The Elephant Man rated G?
Is it? Oh man, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of violence in the movie.
There's some violence, but not a ton. There's violence in this movie too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think rated G in the 70s and
Oh yeah,
was different than rated G.
I remember boobs in PG movies.
Right. Yeah.
Hades PG was the greatest.
Oh, take us back. Yeah, I'm stumped. I can't remember, but I feel like there's a couple of G movies that are like this, where it's
Smart,
yeah,
mature, but not overtly violent
or sexual or anything.
Right, yeah. And I think that, I don't know, like if I was a movie maker, I would almost want to challenge myself to make an adult G-rated movie,
Babette's Feast.
Okay.
I just watched that this year. It's a G-rated movie, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Isn't maybe I keep going back to David Lynch? Didn't he do?
The Straight Story.
Okay,
yeah,
right,
that was
right.
a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few.
I know they're out there. Like I'm sure movies from the '60s and the '70s are now probably considered G-rated. That maybe at the time weren't, but
Right. Yeah.
But there's nothing about them that's offensive or anything.
Right. It just wouldn't have warranted that rating now.
Right, yeah.
Huh.
Because G, means general audience.
Right.
Not dumbed down for dumb children.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's originally, that's what I meant.
Right, yeah. But yeah, it's like, like the occasional rare time where I think about maybe doing a comic. It keeps coming back into me that I should try to do like just a straight up like horror comic, but keep it like as like all ages as possible.
Like the Universal monster movies.
Yeah,
those are probably G-rated, right?
Sure, yeah, they would be.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of a neat challenge that I don't think anyone has ever taken up.
Like a good balance, right?
Yeah.
Porky's might be my favorite G-rated movie.
You know what I love? Silence of the Lambs.
That was G-rated too.
Yeah,
Right? It's the lotion on skin.
I mean, he tucks his genitals between his legs. You can't see anything.
Just like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck do.
Right, exactly.
Actually, Mickey Mouse wears his little pants, but Donald Duck tucks that shit in.
Right.
Yeah. Buffalo Bill style. Yeah, send us your favorite G-rated movie. I mean, tell us. Don't actually buy the DVD. No, yeah. Unless we'll take gifts.
Yeah, I like gifts.
Yeah. But I mean, you can just email us the title of your favorite G-rated movie.
But again, I'm not going to discourage. If you want to buy it for us,
just know that if you're sending a Blu-ray, it's going to Eric because I don't have a Blu-ray player.
Right. Yeah.
So mark it.
And if you send a VHS, it's going to Jason.
Although those old G-rated VHSs are worth some money. The ones in those clamshells, those Disney ones, those are some extra cash.
No, I've got Lady and the Tramp at my parents' house that I bought for my dad one year for Christmas.
And there's a plastic clamshell?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure we could probably sell that for something.
Yeah. I remember when every movie was in one of those every 80s movie, Revenge of the Nerds or whatever. But I started thinking, do they keep the Disney ones in there because it's somehow more durable? For kids are always dropping them.
That's true.
When I lived with Mindy and her son Theo, and he had a video collection, and he was dropping them all the time.
Right.
But they were all those old Disney movies.
Right.
And so,
well, it could be very well. Might be.
Might be. Oh my God! There it is.
But yeah, I remember like going to the video store, back when it was in the pharmacy of the grocery store.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah.
The cases were like 3 times the size of the actual video cassette.
Right.
Is
it an anti-theft thing, you think?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. People didn't steal things back then.
No, we were good kids.
Yeah, it was a more innocent time.
Yeah.
1983, 84.
You could smoke in the grocery.
Right, yeah, you could.
Yeah, I remember that. Just barely. That was like early 80s.
Yeah.
Last time I remember that.
I still remember, in the late 80s, early 90s, going to the grocery store with my mom, and, every aisle had ashtrays.
Really?
At either
Oh,
end.
I remember the ashtrays, but I was thinking it ended in the 80s, like mid 80s.
If it had ashtrays, why can't you smoke?
Maybe they just hadn't taken them out yet. I don't know.
In fact, I even think, I don't know, I was thinking about this the other day either, but like the only movie that my dad ever went with me and my mom, we went on opening night to see Crocodile Dundee 2.
Oh, wow.
And I believe, because my dad was a smoker at the time, I believe people could still smoke in the theater.
Wow. See, I don't remember that at all. I remember hearing about it, but
Right.
that makes every movie not G-rated. if the guy next to you is smoking cigarettes. No matter whose dick's tucked in. Oh. Huh.
They might be giants.
They might be giants.
Yeah. This is, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But yeah, I ran a gamut of emotions while watching it.
Yeah.
And still feel relatively uneasy about it overall.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's older than us,
Yeah, it is.
and it's better than us.
Yeah, it is. Those are 2 definites. The scene that I think definitely swayed me towards this is not a bad movie was actually towards the end, as Holmes and Watson are marching through the streets of New York, and they start picking up all the their hangers-on and riffraff and other crazy folk that they've met throughout the entire movie, and it's just like this army of crazy walking the streets of New York. It was a real feel-good moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, they were all coming together to be a part of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. I liked it. Yeah, I just liked it all the way through.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend this movie.
I would also recommend it. It was very good. Really good acting. Yeah, there's very little story to speak of, but it's more about a journey.
Yeah, like a character kind of thing. Yeah.
You're just always rooting for Holmes and Watson, and you want to see how things are going to play out. But the way things are, or the how everything plays out doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah.
I would even say I like this better than the Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
And I don't dislike that movie.
Yeah. I mean, those are fun.
Yeah, it's just dumb fun.
I've only seen the first of the 2, but
As have I. We saw it together.
oh, maybe we should watch the second one sometime.
Maybe we should.
Huh.
I don't know why my inflection did that.
I don't know either. Oh my god, it's still doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know this hasn't been the greatest review we've ever given, but
there's nothing else really to. I mean, other than spoiling specific scenes, it's
Right.
like, that is the gist of the movie. It's like, he's crazy. She's trying to get him out of it.
yeah,
They end up forging some sort of relationship, as Watson and Holmes.
right.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It's just it's all about the experience of it. You can't really, no matter how much we described it to anybody or like give away all the plots or anything like that, it's just not gonna do it for you unless you just watch it.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Not in a, like, art school
No, yeah.
shitty movie kind of unique.
No. This movie would never get made today.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Especially not with a G rated.
Right, especially not G-rated. I mean, yeah, if Terry Gilliam can't get a movie made, then, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. It's depressing.
Yeah, it is. Well, now that I've killed the mood, let's take a break.
All right.
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Welcome back to Gutter Trash. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sleepy.
I'm very tired.
It's because it's like midnight.
It's 11:15.
Yeah. And somewhere it's midnight.
Somewhere? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not on the button.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, there's one island that's an hour and 20 minutes different from the East Coast. Are we Eastern time? Even though we're not.
We are Eastern.
Even though we're Midwest.
We're barely Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't like being considered part of the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just due to the negative connotations of it.
All right.
But, we're part of the East. We're definitely more East than...
You want to secede from the union that is the Midwest?
I sort of do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I read up on Wikipedia once why Ohio is considered part of the Midwest and why it is called the Midwest, even though most of what is considered the Midwest is actually more east than anything. And it's because back before we actually took over the western side of the country, we were closer to the west.
Oh,
than
okay.
Anything else? Yeah.
Okay, because the rest of it was just
Indian territory.
right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, I could be making that up.
Well, it was on Wikipedia, so it's probably true.
They could have been making that up too. Yeah. They made it up, and then I made it up even worse.
You made it up better.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, but no, I mean, hell, we're more north than anything else.
We're northeast. Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
We're practically in New Hampshire.
Yeah, right. You know, why is Pennsylvania considered part of the East?
Are they really?
Yeah,
Those cocksuckers. They're
Right.
right next door.
exactly. Right. And then Kentucky is considered part of the South?
They're right next door.
They're right below us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an hour away.
Right.
If we are an hour away, we are considered in the southern United States.
Is the United States that small?
It shouldn't be.
Can the United States fit inside of Texas?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Ohio's weird. I think that's just what it comes down to. Ohio is just weird.
I like Ohio.
It's fine.
What is it about Ohio? I heard something about Ohio.
It's weird. I just said it.
Oh,
like
I
a second
watched.
ago.
I watched The Faculty the other night. The Robert Rodriguez movie.
Never seen it.
It takes place in Ohio. And I was like,
okay.
I think I just saw a movie that took place in Ohio, but
That's weird. Most of his movies take place in Texas or Mexico.
I know, right?
Or Sin City.
Well, this one did have Selma Hayek in it, so
Okay.
yeah, that was like his ethnicity for the film.
You know, there's some beautiful women who live in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have dated some of them.
Mm-hmm.
We see them a lot around, but sorry, ladies, you're never going to be as hot as Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek would never be in Ohio.
Well, he did sort of, to his credit and hers, they dumbed down her appearance. Like, they gave her, like, kind of baggy... She was a school nurse.
Right.
They gave her, like, a baggy clothes, and she was sneezing all the time in the movie, and her hair was tied back, and she wasn't doing any sort of, like, amazing dances or anything.
She's still
pretty awesome. Yeah. She's still the hottest person in the movie.
Yeah.
And Elijah Wood was in that movie, I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
He's a pretty man.
In that movie, he seems like he's 15. He's tiny.
Oh, he seems like he's 15 in everything.
Well, I mean, even when he's not an elf, though. I mean,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Like he's got a new movie out that I may or may not see at some point called Maniac. It's a remake of an old 80s horror film. Even that, he seems like he's about 15 years old or so.
Is it like a true to the original remake, or is it like a weird spoof, kind of like 21 Jump Street style remake, or do you know? I mean, I've never heard of the movie Maniac, and I can only assume that it's like a really shitty slasher movie.
Probably. Yeah.
So I'm like, why would they remake it unless they're like kind of spoofing it, sort of?
In order to do it better, why would they remake movies for all sorts of reasons?
Well, I know, but
they remade The Evil Dead, and it turned out actually pretty good.
right. But I mean, that one was
Dawn
a
of
good
the Dead,
movie.
you know?
I'm thinking like shitty slasher movies could only be remade as a comedy, in my mind.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I would say shitty slasher movies are, prime for serious remakes.
I don't know. I mean, there's not much source material, really. I mean,
Exactly.
other than the slashing.
Right? Yeah. Go nuts.
Like
make a story.
Like add a big story to it.
People, okay. I'm not down against remakes. Like I've seen plenty of them. I don't automatically hate a remake. But sometimes I think, well, why remake the good ones?
You're right. Well, no, that's
I
true.
mean, because they got them right the first time.
Right. Well, I mean, I agree
But-
with that.
The bad movies, remake those.
But a
Make
slasher,
them good movies.
But how can you make a slasher movie good? Because,
Because there are good slasher movies out there.
but I mean, usually the people that want to see a slasher movie aren't really looking for a good movie. They just want some sort of catharsis.
I don't think so.
I
I would agree that there's a segment of people who are like that. And
Right.
They just want to see, dumb kids die.
Right,
in
right.
violently spectacular
like
ways.
the jocks and the hot girls that
Right, yeah.
scorned them in high school.
Sure, but, I, for one, am a person who wants to see a slasher movie and a good movie at the same time.
Well, yeah, but what is one? Can you name one?
Texas Chainsaw?
I mean, I consider that more like a psychological horror movie. I mean, it is so creepy
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think of slashers as literally just a dude with a knife that walks around and stabs people for like
Halloween. Most people seem to like that a lot.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
but you know.
me neither. Me neither.
I can think of one I've seen. I can do this.
Oh yeah,
I can do this.
Yeah, you
I
can.
can do this.
Friday the 13th.
Nope. Because I've only seen one Friday the 13th movie.
The remake.
No,
Oh,
part 3.
part 3. Weird.
Yeah.
Is that the Crispin Glover dance scene? Okay.
There's no one recognizable in that one. It is the first hockey mask Jason one.
Okay.
And I guess I also have seen Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's a slasher movie.
Yeah, that's a slasher.
I
I've seen
guess
4 of those that are good. 5 of those that are good.
I guess it's a slasher movie. I don't know.
It's a slasher. He's considered a slasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he slashes, but,
Right, yeah.
but it just seems like there's so much more to it than that.
There's a little more to it.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's what you're talking about, though. Just like add something like that. Like
Yeah.
turn a shitty slasher movie into something like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
Like
yeah.
the first one, which is really.
High Tension is a slasher movie that unfortunately falls on its face with a very poor plot twist. But up till that point, it's a great slasher movie.
Right. Yeah, okay. Well, I'd be willing to watch a good looking slasher movie.
Right.
I mean, I'd be willing to watch a shitty slasher movie.
Oh, sure.
Like, I would watch Friday the 13th Part 6 as soon as we're done, if you want.
We will not.
No.
Eric is going to bed.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, how have you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Can I just come out and say it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because we've made sort of a big deal out of this, I think.
Right. In the last couple episodes.
Right. The longtime listener will know that Jason, for 22 years, worked at Mavericks Cards and Comics
That's right.
on Dorothy Lane
Here in Ohio.
here in Kettering, Ohio.
In the Midwest,
Yes.
southeast.
North. And you, and over the years that we have been doing this show, you have expressed your distaste with that job, especially with the ever-growing Magic the Gathering
Right.
segment. And yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, you left that job,
I did. I left the job.
and it's been pretty much your only job for the last 22 years since you were 14 years old.
'Tis
And you had gotten a job at a big boy place.
like a real person.
Right, yeah. And everyone was excited. We threw a party for you.
Oh, yeah, you guys did throw a party for me.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's not every day that someone we know and someone our age retires from a place.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you got this new job you were excited for, and that was about 3 weeks ago, something like that.
3 or 4. Yeah.
And you no longer work at that place now.
I no longer work there. In fact, I no longer work anywhere.
Yep.
For the first time since I was barely 14, because I think I got my job at Mavericks like when I just turned 14, like I was 14 like a month
Right.
when I got my job. Yeah, so the first time since I was just barely 14, just sprouting my pubes. For the first time since then, I have no job. I'm jobless. I'm a hobo.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I quit my job.
Yeah.
I didn't get fired.
Nope. We're not going to get into it because
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to go through the details of it,
right.
but
It was not for you.
it was definitely not. It was not a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because I was pretty excited about it.
I think we were all excited for you, too.
Right.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, I'm gonna take some time off
Yeah.
because it's like I said, it's been 22 years since I've had more than like a week's vacation, and luckily,
But you would take a week's vacation like every 3 months.
no, it's like every 2 months. But no, it was like over the last decade at Mavericks, because I remember when I dated Amanda, I had zero money,
Right.
so I remember it was definitely since then. I've squirreled away a pretty good like little nest egg, and so I'm gonna like take a few months and just kind of chill, do some artwork, try to sell some artwork. I actually do have 2 different paying art gigs that are coming my way right now. So I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, I'm actually fine with it. Like, I was like kind of depressed for like a day, and then I was like, whatever. Life's too short, If I can do this for a few months and see where it goes, then why not? Yeah.
I would like to wish you luck on this new venture of yours,
Well, I appreciate that.
but I won't because I hate you.
Oh.
Hate you and everything you stand for.
Well, thank you.
You goddamn motherfucking hippie.
Yeah. Well, I take that as a compliment.
All right. It's meant as one.
So, like today was my first day, like not working, because I actually quit on Friday. Today's Monday,
Right.
I think. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Well, technically, Friday was your first day of not working.
Well, I went there and I left. Yeah, so
You were there 10 minutes.
I was not even there 10 minutes.
That was including the car ride.
Okay, that was kind of you. No, but yeah, today's the first day where I was like, okay, what am I gonna do today when I wake up? You know,
Right.
like, because the weekend I was like, I'm not gonna mess with anything on the weekend. But I actually penciled 23 pages of a comic today.
You are a liar.
No, it's true.
Nope. It is not.
It's when
Brian John Mitchell comics don't count as pages.
Oh, okay. Well, then I penciled 3.5 pages.
All right.
That's still pretty good.
That is still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's better than your average.
And I inked a page on a different comic that I'm working on.
All right.
I feel like there was something else artistic wise. I don't know. Maybe that was it. But yeah, like pretty much, all day. Like, I would say at least 5 or 6 hours of today was actually spent drawing. And then a couple more hours were like working on things like getting stuff together.
Yeah.
So,
And how crazy is your mom mad at you now yet?
she's actually excited for me.
Oh, okay.
Because she remembers, because my brother was kind of a big inspiration for this. Because when we were growing up,
By the way, I hate your brother too.
me and my brother both lived there. My brother is 5 years older than me. And when I was a kid, when I was like 15 or whatever, he quit his job because he had saved up a lot of money, and he just lived, I don't know, for at least the summer, like four months or something. And then he got another job, and then he like worked there a couple years and saved up a bunch of money, and then he quit his job and like took another like 6 months off. And I remember being so like jealous of that. I was like, that is awesome, because I was working at Mavericks, and I couldn't afford, I mean, like, the first year I worked there, I didn't take home a single penny.
Right.
Like, it was all just comics. And I couldn't afford to save any money to, do anything like that, even for, like, a couple weeks.
All right.
So I was always like, man, that is so awesome. And so that was kind of one of the reasons I was like, I can do that. I mean, he did that. And he's got his shit together. So that's not like, solely going to lead you down a horrible path, right? I mean, in my case, it most likely will.
Yeah.
But
All your friends will hate you
oh
by
yeah.
the end of this.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm already really starting to. And It is 100% pure jealousy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because, you know who else wants to do that in life?
There's other people that want to do that?
Everybody.
What?
Everybody. In fact, I was reminiscing today with my coworker on our drive home about how joyous unemployment was.
Oh, yeah? Okay, you left the movie theater, right? And you're unemployed.
Nope. I mean, I did, but, you know, I've left every job that I've had
All right.
at certain points.
But in which one were you on unemployment?
I was officially on unemployment when I got fired from the television station.
Okay.
And it was just before I got the job that I have now. But I was on unemployment for 6 months. And, you know, it was sucky not having money, you know, other than just what I was getting through unemployment, you know, and falling behind on my rent and not being able to afford like, clothes or food or,
Right.
you know, to be able to like do fun things. But those were some glorious 6 months.
Right.
Because, like, you know, like my girlfriend at the time, like, she was having car trouble, so I could just drive her around wherever she needed to go, take her to school, take her to work, you know, and then just hang out somewhere. Like,
Oh,
she would go
yeah.
to class, and then I would go to, like, you know, Panera and, like, sit there for a couple hours and, you know, look up for jobs and you know, send out resumes and stuff like that. And then the rest of the day, we would just, you know, screw around and
Right.
just watch movies and
Right.
just hang out, stay up till like 4 in the morning, and then you know, sleep till 2. As long as like I had an hour a day where I was, you know, like actively looking for a job.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you were good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Maybe I should do it for more than 6 months.
Except for, you know, the lack of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm like gonna kind of cut back a little. Like today, I spent $2 all day, and it was on a beer. So that's totally like
that's
unemployment.
Excessive. That's
Yeah.
excessive. You want to know how much money I spent today?
How much money?
I spent $38. No, wait, I spent $48.
Oh,
No, yeah.
most of that gas probably.
A lot of that was gas. And then the rest of it was food and beverages.
Yeah.
Bought myself dinner tonight, and then beverages throughout the rest of the day.
Beverages are good.
Beverages are good.
They add up though.
They do. When I went to get gas this morning, I printed out some Speedy Rewards cards so I can get free coffee every day this week.
Ooh, nice.
Not have to spend any extra money on that.
That was something I did yesterday. I had a coffee for the first time in like 15 years.
What?
Yeah, Doogie was making coffee,
Uh-huh.
and he had like, you know, he had his own little grinder and everything, and he brewed it, and he had like a cup and a half extra left over, and he was like, "What?" He's like, "Why don't you drink some coffee?" He's like, "Have a cup." I was like, "Well, I'll have half a cup." He's like, "What?"
What is he, your pusher?
He's my coffee fish. So I was
Did
like,
he force you to have organic milk in it or something?
"No, like his raw milk." No. No, it was straight, just like medium roast, straight black coffee,
Yeah.
and it was good. Like first
Yeah.
coffee I'd had in forever.
Coffee's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I am a fan. I got a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts on Friday.
Ooh.
At least I ordered a coffee.
Oh.
What I got mostly was a giant cup of hot cream with some coffee in it.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sounds tasty, actually. No.
I'm not a fan of cream in the first place. When I do put cream in my coffee, it is like just like a couple of drops.
Ah.
Like I put cream in my coffee, it's still black.
Right?
Yeah. Just a slightly more brown shade of black than
Right.
normal, you know, but it's still pretty black. And I said I wanted a black coffee, and I got back a just freaking beige cup of liquid,
Aw. It's a bummer.
like pale beige.
I've heard Dunkin' Donuts has really good coffee, though.
I'm sure they do. I would love to have some.
Did you take it back? Or did...
No. I'm going to go back later. I'm going to make a racist video.
What was that? Does that happen
That has happened, yes.
at Dunkin' Donuts?
A couple months ago, there was a woman who in Florida who I guess like the previous night went through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru and didn't get a receipt. So she showed up the next day and was filming her interaction with the Dunkin' Donuts employees on her iPhone as she went on a crazy cuckoo person rant about how she wanted to fly to Mars and nuke Dunkin' Donuts and all the sand nigger whore cunts that work there.
Wow. Because she didn't get a receipt.
Because she didn't get a receipt.
Was she going to write it off or something?
No, she just, because if they don't give you a receipt, you can get your next meal free. And so she ordered, like, one of everything. And then she was like, I bet they're all, like, pissing in it and shitting on it, and it doesn't matter, I'm just going to give it to my boyfriend anyway, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. You should watch it. It's 8 minutes long, but it's worth it.
I think it would depress me.
It's worth it to watch it. It's worth it to see the guy who walks into the store in the middle of this happening and just wants nothing to do with it because all he wanted was a donut or a coffee.
Right. Oh.
And she, like, latches onto him as if he is her ally. And he is clearly not.
Wow, that's horrible.
It's
People need to just get
fantastic.
along. People need to get along, man.
Crazy people just need to go away. Bad crazy people, not the good crazy people like in They Might Be Giants.
Right. Yeah, okay.
So, what were we talking about? You not having a job.
Me not
me hating you for it.
Right. I think that was pretty much the just the last half an hour.
Okay. You know, I don't really hate you, but I do actually really hate you.
I appreciate it. I feel the same way about myself often, back and forth. So, no.
Do you have enough saved where I could quit my job?
Yeah.
And we can both just hang out and draw all day?
Yeah, I totally do, and I think that should be the plan. I just can't give you any food or rent money or entertainment money. But you can totally quit your job and hang out with me while I do my drawing
Okay.
and eat my groceries.
Okay. Huh. That doesn't sound like anything I'd want a part of. Okay. Would your mom be able to support me?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doogie?
I don't know, I'll ask him. He actually left for Cedar Point today. He's probably just now getting, because it's like 11, he's
Right.
probably just now climbing up on the roller coasters at Cedar Point to inspect for cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be gone for a week, so I'll ask him when he gets back.
Okay. Well, he'll be flush with roller coaster.
Oh,
money
yeah,
by that point, so,
yeah. Because they find a lot of change, too.
Right.
Like at the base of the coasters, like they look around, he said they found like a dozen cell phones and like $100 in change, and yeah.
Yet another reason I'll never go on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm done with those things. It's been, I think the mid-90s was the last time I rode a roller coaster.
You want to know the last time I rode a roller coaster?
Was it?
Never.
Never. I even rode, like, I don't like roller coasters. I mean, there was like, I liked the Beast because it was like, went through the woods and everything, and it was pretty. But I would never go on the ones that went upside down. I was like, I don't want any part of that. And then in the mid-90s, I was dating a girl who really wanted to ride all the roller coasters, and she really wanted to have sex later. And I was like, I love this plan. So I rode the upside down roller coasters and had sex later. And that was pretty much...
So that worked out for you.
It worked out. I didn't die, and I got laid. So usually when those two things happen...
Luckily, I have not been forced by a lady to ride roller coasters in order to get laid.
Right.
I have dated human women with real emotions and a sense of safety and well-being.
This lady was a hippie. She really was. She had like tie-dye Fimo clay that she would like bake like peace signs out of. Like, I'm talking hippie. Like, I'm not talking just like, she smelled bad. I mean, like, she did the hippie stuff.
You know how I said earlier that I hated you, but I don't really hate you because it's mostly just out of jealous. Now I just hate you.
Because I had sex with a hippie.
Yeah.
I took a shower after. I mean, you got to. They smell like patchouli. Who wants that? It's like Stinkor from the Masters of the Universe. I just had sex with Stinkor.
It is like Stinkor.
Yeah, oh, it's exactly.
Because he was made out of patchouli.
Yeah.
Plasticized patchouli.
She was a little hotter than Stinkor, but
A little bit.
not by a long shot.
Right.
Yeah. So should I pick a comic?
I thought we were going to continue talking.
Oh, yeah, let's talk. What are we talking about?
I just had a birthday.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're halfway to 70.
Halfway to 70. I mean, I'm not going to make it.
Oh, but you made it halfway.
But I made it.
I mean, that
halfway.
impressed everybody. Was
Right.
like, I lost a lot of money on that pool.
Hey, in 35 years, someone's going to say, you know what? 20 years ago, when this guy died.
Oh,
He was well on his way to going to 70.
oh yeah. So did you do anything cool for your birthday?
I did not.
Oh. I know we usually would have been recording this very episode on your birthday, right?
Yeah.
But you were like, I got better shit to do.
My better stuff to do was that I watched like a season and a half of Teen Wolf.
So far, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's better.
Then I went to my parents' house and went for dinner. Because I'm gonna sound really entitled right now.
Yeah.
And just throw a super first world problem onto just everyone right
All right.
now. My dad's birthday and mine are fairly close. His was last Tuesday, and mine was Sunday, so about 6 days apart, something like that. We went out to dinner for his birthday to some restaurants with a name that I can't remember that looks like about 4 or 5 other restaurants I've been in.
Oh, that's right.
And
The one with like the barrels of peanuts. You said.
yeah. And every waitress there was a hot blonde wearing short shorts, and they all looked alike. And I had no idea which one was our waitress.
And it was not Hooters.
It was not Hooters.
Okay.
So while we were eating dinner there, my dad said, "So, where do you want to go for your birthday?" As my parents often take me out, and for the past 10 years or so, I have not wanted to do anything for my birthday, ever. And yet they insist, and usually I get dragged to a place I don't really want to go anyway. So I just put my foot down last year and said, I just want to come over and we can order a pizza.
Right.
And, so we did that. And so this time my dad, asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday. I said, I don't want to go anywhere. I just don't want to go anywhere on my birthday. And I said, okay, so then Mom, she's like, okay, well, what do you want me to cook for you then? And I said, I don't know, what do you usually cook on Sundays? She said, well, your dad always wants cheeseburgers. I said, that sounds perfect.
Yeah. Home cooked cheeseburgers? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a vegetarian and that sounds good to me.
right. And so I was like, that sounds perfect. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, okay, I'll come over on Sunday. So I went over on Sunday, and after having looked forward to cheeseburgers
Aw.
all week, and my mom pulls me aside and says, well, I figured that you didn't want cheeseburgers. You probably wanted something fancier, so Or making, I'm making a steak and twice baked potatoes with asparagus and cornbread and salad.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I wanted a cheeseburger.
Oh, I know you love twice baked potatoes,
I do.
but you want a cheeseburger,
I was looking forward to it all week.
right? Oh,
All week. That's all I wanted. I wanted just homemade cheeseburgers.
right. I always liked cheeseburgers better than steak too when I ate meat.
Yeah. I mean, I love steak. Don't get me wrong. And it was good. Everything was great. Really wanted a
But you wanted
cheeseburger.
that cheeseburger.
Really wanted. It's my birthday, for fuck's sake.
If I would have known that, I would have brought you a cheeseburger tonight.
Yeah. I had a cheeseburger tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But,
But that was yesterday. That's a day late.
Right, yeah. And I had to pay for it, and it was not nearly as good as what my mom would have made.
Aw. Well, she
My
meant
goddamn birthday.
well. She meant well.
You get what the fuck I want.
Obviously not.
Apparently
Yeah,
not. Yeah. I don't want things for my birthday. I don't like celebrating it. I don't want presents. All that I want are the people in my life that I care about to acknowledge that it's my birthday by wishing me a happy birthday, and then having a nice dinner of my choice with my parents.
Right? See?
That's all I want.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Guess who got that? Not
you.
me.
Not you. Aw. Aw. Maybe next year.
Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
It's alright. And I know, again, I'm the asshole in this situation. Because it's a steak and twice baked potatoes and asparagus.
Right.
And it was great. It was really good. It's not really what I wanted. At all. And she's like, well, we're going to make cheeseburgers on Monday.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, well, I have plans Monday.
Aw. Oh, you're doing this instead of eating cheeseburgers?
Yeah.
Aw. Nah, I do feel bad.
Yeah. I almost left there yesterday when she said we weren't having cheeseburgers and called you and said, hey, let's do the show tonight. Because that's all I wanted.
Right.
Cheeseburgers.
Aw. No.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. At least you got your Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
They got that right.
Yeah. That they did. I don't know what it is that they're doing, but they're doing it right, I guess.
It's the cheeseburger of TV
It's
shows.
not even that.
It's the White Castle cheeseburger of TV shows.
It's not even that.
Oh, wow.
It's like the frozen JTM patties.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah. But
Horrible.
eat them.
Somehow you go back for seconds.
Yep.
Oh.
Or 36ths. That's how many episodes of Teen Wolf I've watched in under a week.
That's crazy. And those are a minute long each, right?
Yep.
Because that would make a little more sense. Aww. Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. So what comic are we reading?
Well, I had like 3 in mind. One of them that I was gonna pick is actually made by a friend of mine.
Nope. Veto.
It's called Driftwood City by my friend Jason Martin, and I realized I was like, oh yeah, I'm not allowed to pick stuff by my friends.
Yeah.
But I was really excited about it. So,
And you can tell them what you think about it yourself.
yeah, I'll email him personally. But luckily, I'm not friends with either Warren Ellis or Stuart Immonen.
Oh?
So I was going to pick Next Wave.
Well, I can't read that.
Why is that?
Because I don't have those anymore.
What?
Because your girlfriend has them.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. You think she knows where they're at?
I don't know. I hope so.
Because I've only read the first issue,
Uh-huh.
and it's like 12 issues.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I could read them all. Oh, what am I saying? I can read them all tomorrow. Next Wave.
I would sure love to reread that book.
Tell you what, here's what I'll do.
All right.
I'll call her tomorrow. If she doesn't know where they're at, I'll just read them all tomorrow and bring it over.
All right.
Hopefully she knows where they're at.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
If not, I know my friend Amanda has the 2 hardbacks,
Okay.
so I could see if she knows where those are at and borrow
Right.
them from her.
You know how women
This
are.
is a major clusterfuck.
You can't trust women to hang on to comic books.
Nope.
They'd probably trade them for, I don't know, Malibu Barbies or whatever.
Something,
They
yeah.
dumb girls.
Tampons.
Yeah, they'd probably trade them for tampons. So the 2 trades though, that would just be the 12 issues, right?
Yeah.
That's it, right? There's only 12. Okay.
Yep. I
Is
do
that-
have issue number 5, and I have plenty of copies of it.
What? What is
This
that?
is the coloring book issue.
Oh, right. How come you have plenty of them?
Because I was going to color them.
But I mean, how many is plenty?
Like 4.
Okay, I was thinking like a pile of them.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I was like, what? Did you go crazy?
As far as comic goes, 2 is more than plenty.
Well, yeah, 2 is plenty,
Yeah.
unless one of them has an Art Adams variant cover.
Oh, sure.
Then it's just right.
Yeah. The only variant cover I've ever bought was an Art Adams variant cover.
Ooh, which one was it?
Booster Gold number 2.
Wow. Did you maybe it was Joe G? I thought somebody bought the Detective Magnola variant cover.
It was not me, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably Joji.
Probably.
Sounds like a thing he would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good variant cover. I remember
That was very
you
good.
had it as your desktop for a while.
Yes, I did.
Was it 600 or 700? 600. 600, right?
I'm going to say 700.
700 maybe. Maybe it was 700.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, if we can figure out a way to make this work, I would enjoy reading
At
next week.
worst case scenario, I will read all of mine
Okay.
at least by tomorrow night.
Hey, there's no real rush, because I got stuff to do tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and probably Friday.
So if I give them to you like Thursday, that'd be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you won't be able to see me Thursday at any point in time. But
I could leave them in your mailbox.
you
or
could.
something.
Yeah.
But I'll email Kathleen
All right.
tonight when I get home.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I guess I could have done that at any point in the last 4 months since I let her borrow them.
She hasn't mentioned them yet, so I don't know if she's gotten to them yet.
Right, yeah. Whatever. Whatever works. Whatever
my
works
God.
out.
We should
Force her to read them and be on the show?
we should have Kathleen and Amanda both on the show.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it would be impossible to work out.
Right.
So
Let's
mostly
do it.
Amanda. She has a busy schedule.
Right.
But it would be cool to have Kathleen on for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what
Okay.
happens. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, as I mentioned, I'm going to be busy the next couple days. Tomorrow's my usual laundry night, so I'll be away for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, I am seeing the aforementioned Amanda and hanging out with Joe G, and we're going to go watch the Starship Troopers Riff Tracks edition at the movie theater.
Yeah. Okay.
But Wednesday night, I will be doing something that is already a well-worn track here in this studio. I will be interviewed on the radios.
What?
Yeah.
By me or Joe G?
By neither of you
What?
guys.
Called
Yeah.
Kathleen Quayle.
Nope.
That's the only other people that talk to you on the radio.
Yeah, this isn't the actual radio. This is the internet.
Wait a minute. I've never understood the difference between those two. Can we go over that again?
The radio, you're not allowed to say horrible things like fucking cunt.
Whoa, well then why would you be on the radio?
Right? Yet, for some reason, our friend Juliet, who interviewed you on her show Kaleidoscope, as well as our friend Brian John Mitchell was on that episode as well.
Oh, yeah.
She has invited me to come into the studio on Wednesday night and be interviewed.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, if you're in Dayton, you can listen to it Wednesday night between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. on 91.3 WYSO. If you're not in Dayton, you can go to WYSO.org and listen to it streaming.
Wow.
And maybe in a month you'll be able to listen to an MP3 of it or something.
Right. I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I'll be at home drawn.
You have time.
Yeah. I'll be drawn. It's not past my bedtime now. It was, like, when you first announced this, I was like, I can't watch that. It's only at, like, 9 o'clock. I'll be sawing logs by then. No, but I'll listen to it. I'll do some drawing and listen to it.
I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know the type of questions I'm going to get asked. I am a little nervous about it, but
A whiskey should cut the edge off.
Maybe I might sneak me in a little something, discreetly.
A little corn squeezins. Like Sherlock Holmes in the theater.
Yeah,
he had a little
yeah.
flask.
Yeah.
Or the cab.
Yeah,
He had
it
the
was
cab.
the cab. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still excited to do it. Joe G will be going with me. I'm just gonna hang out
That's cool.
because we would normally be doing our podcast then.
Joji didn't go with us.
No,
when
he
we
did
did.
not. It
Okay.
was just you, me, Brian John Mitchell, and Matt
Brassfield.
Brassfield.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt Brassfield because he knows where the place is,
Right.
and he will be going with me again because he knows where the place is.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be in Yellow Springs.
I will be in Yellow Springs by myself.
Without the escort of your hippie friend here.
I know. No hippies will be with me.
But they'll be all around you.
They will be. And I'm kind of shitting my pants already, as it is.
I know. It's like in that episode of Walking Dead. Maybe if you spray yourself with some patchouli,
Oh, yeah.
they won't attack.
Right, yeah. Worst comes to worst, I can start chopping them in the head with an axe, right?
That's the only way to kill them.
Okay.
Yeah. that or let any sort of soap-like product touch their skin.
Yeah.
And they just melt and fizz up.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned the fish concert fiasco on the show before. When I
Wow.
worked at the hotel and Fish played at the Nutter Center,
Oh, yeah.
and all the hippies stayed in my hotel.
Right.
And because the concert ran so late, they all wanted to use the pool after hours, and I
Ooh.
decided sure. And because there were so many hippies, we had to have a guy come in for security. He was like, maybe we should just lock the door and toss in a bar of soap in the pool.
Was the actual band there, too?
No,
Just their
just the groupies,
the fish heads or whatever
whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Horrible people. It was one of the worst nights of my life. It may be pretty much the only reason that I hate Yellow Springs and hippies in general.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I was joking along with you tonight, but I love Yellow Springs.
I know you do.
I've never had a problem there.
I've had only problems there. But yeah, that was a terrible. It was a terrible night experienced at the time that had a super positive aftermath.
Oh, well, that's good.
And that when the hippies left, they left all their beer.
Hey, there you go. That's one thing you can always count on hippies for is to forget something, leave it behind. Like that always happens.
Oh yeah, they forgot a ton of shit.
Yeah.
They forgot that they had pot when the drug-sniffing dog came around and woke up all the non-hippie guests at the hotel.
Nice.
Who then had to get comped to their rooms because of the disturbances. They forgot boxes of Twinkies and ding-dongs on the counter. And they forgot about 20 cases of beer.
Wow.
And me, the other night guy, and like the maid crew split them.
Nice.
And, for a 18, 19-year-old, that was fucking hidden
Oh,
gold.
wow, yeah. Wow, that's see?
Yeah, and so I drove around with like a case and a half of beer in my trunk for like months.
You should love hippies then.
Because getting to that point was the worst.
Right. It wasn't a good payoff for the yeah. Oh. Hippies.
Fucking hippies. I've totally failed this episode of Keep It Clean, but
Hey, you tried.
I
That's
tried.
all. That's all that we ask here.
hey, I succeeded the other episode.
Maybe you're getting them out of your system before Wednesday.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Great.
I'll listen to it. There's a delay. Matt Brassfield will be on that button.
I don't know that I could do the show if Matt Brassfield was in the room.
Well, would he have to be in the room to be on the button?
I would assume so.
Yeah, probably
That's where
would,
all the
wouldn't
controls are.
Right. But then I thought he would have to hear it as it's happening, which would be outside of the room.
No, as it's happening is in the room where it's happening.
But I mean, like,
Outside of the room, there's a 12-second delay.
but I mean, as it's being broadcast. Oh, okay. So he would have to maybe poke his head out and pause it when it happens. Because if you say the F word, he's, obviously he's not going to know that you're about to say the F word.
Right.
But then he would
I don't know how the whole mute button works. Apparently it does, for the most part.
Right. Maybe he can have headphones that he could just put right on and be listening to the radio, Like if you say
Matt
fuck,
Brassfield, I don't think has anything to do with this other than just being there.
he should be on the button though. That's what I'm saying. They should give him that job.
I would prefer that the experienced broadcaster,
You.
the more experienced broadcaster, Juliet, would prefer. I would prefer if she were on the ones and the twos,
Right.
and keeping an eye on everything. I wouldn't trust Matt Brassfield to be on it.
Right.
Because I could see him just thinking about werewolves or something, and then just like, what?
His mind wanders.
And he would bleep me after I said fuck.
And you know,
Or cunt.
my uncle used to do that when we were kids. He had the much, coveted 2 VCR setup at his house.
Sure.
And so he would tape movies for me and my brother,
Yeah.
but he would try to edit out all the cursing. And I remember there was some movie, and he was never on it because
It was only cursing afterwards.
yeah. Well, I mean, you remember when you tried to like record something on a VCR, there was like that weird delay, and it was like different on every VCR. So he loaned us this movie, and I remember we were watching it, and like he thought he would be funny and put like 1 or 2 seconds of an episode of The Dukes of Hazzard over top of every curse word.
Right.
But we're watching like some movie, and then somebody says "fuck," and like right after they say "fuck," there's like 3 seconds of The Dukes of Hazzard, and that goes back to the movie, and that happened like several times throughout the film. I was like, oh, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. This is awesome. and he actually ended up making the movie more wildly entertaining than it was originally.
And now you always associate swear words with the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. Whenever I see John Snyder in like Smallville, I want to drop the C-bomb.
You can say it here. It's a safe place.
I can say cunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the preferred word of the Gutter Trash Network.
Yeah, it's our like sponsored word every episode. It's the secret code word. If anybody says it, like confetti falls from the rafters. Right. It's awesome. Well, remember, it's not the same on Whitesa.
No, it's not. I will do my best to remember that. But yeah, listen, please. I guess I don't know. There'll be bands there. They're worth listening to.
Right. Those hippies will be grooving in Yellow Springs.
They will. And I will, I think I'm going to run into the radio station with, like, my shirt over my head so no one can see me, and then, run out in a similar fashion.
Right.
Yeah. And not because I think I'm going to be, like, so famous or anything, but, to avoid getting, beaten by hippies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, they'll be waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
They've known, they can sense the things you've said about them.
They know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Of course, I don't know. Maybe I won't even edit this episode until like Wednesday.
Oh.
And it'll all be in the past.
And then no one can, a month
no one
later.
listening here will know.
Oh. Maybe I'll email everyone individually. I have the names of all of our listeners.
Yeah, as do I.
Yeah. Brian and Jeremy.
Yeah. And I already posted it on Facebook that this was happening.
Oh, well then you're good.
Yeah. Well, I'm also going to post it probably 3 more times before Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Just
And
remind people. People need reminding.
Yeah, I want people to listen. I want people to listen to my wisdom.
Oh, hopefully we can call in.
Don't call in.
Yeah.
Don't call in.
Is there like a contest? Do we win some of your like stuff?
If there is, I'm not aware of it.
Well, if there is, I'm going to call in and win that shit.
I've not been told to bring anything, or...
They told me like the last day to bring stuff.
Okay.
Like the day before.
I guess maybe I'll find out Tuesday then. Yeah. We'll see.
I'm looking forward to it.
Alright, so
Should we
next
start?
wave.
Next wave. Agents of Hate. Is that what it's
Agents
called?
of Hate.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Some way.
I've been wanting to read it for like a year.
I've been wanting to reread it since it came out. I don't think I've read it since the last issue came out.
Oh, wow.
So
It's about time
so
then.
it's been a while. Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Well, good night, sir.
Good night to you.
Bye-bye.
4 a.m. Here I come.
I'll probably get it at 8. 8 or 10. Whatever. Noon.
Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.